Hello from Soul City Laboratories. That's today's name. It may change. Today we're going to do something that Save It for Parts does, and he does a lot better job than I do. He's a great guy. You should follow him on YouTube. We are going to go fishing in the sky, right? So the equipment we're going to need, a little antenna here. This is a dipole. You could actually make one of these. Like here's rabbit ears from a TV set. You got to cut it to 20.5 inches. I don't know if it's in the camera or not. And you can make one, you know, really cheap. I bought this one because I'm lazy. So here's the fishing pole. Here's the fishing line, right? Looks like line. One's a network cable to run power over Ethernet. You don't have to do that. And one is an antenna cable connecting the bait, which is the SDR RTL dongle, to the antenna, which you guys saw there. And here's the tackle box, which is a Raspberry Pi 5. The software is free. We're going to use satdump. Great software. Once I get connected, I'll bring it up. And we're going to use a little Unix PowerShell thing, no big deal. I'll put the commands in the video. But we should have, the fish we're trying to catch is a picture of the United States. It took me a week to get these things going, but I started getting them going. I got a good one yesterday of the Great Lakes, right? Perfectly sharp picture of the Great Lakes. This one's more west, so should be different. It's also a good angle. I think it's, let's see the angle overhead. I think it's 65 degrees, right? So 45 is halfway up, so it's a high angle. So we should have a lot of signal from the Russian satellite, which was launched in, I think, 2025. Anyhow, here we go. Okay, I put the fishing pole out here, the antenna on the mailbox. I want to show the connections here real quick. I've actually ran Ethernet out here, so I've got power over Ethernet. You don't have to do that, but this allows me to run the Raspberry Pi out here. Here's the Pi in a box. Here's my quick release due to the neighborhood HOA. I gotta kind of do stealth antenna stuff. And there's the antenna, and you have to point it north-south. So I got my screwdriver there based on my compass on my phone. I think that's north-south. Is it straight? I think it just close is good enough. So there's a situation. Do I hide the Raspberry Pi so the mailman doesn't steal it? Yeah, he's a nice guy, but he may want some of that action. Oh, he's a nice guy. I'll just hide it, maybe to be less HOA attention drawing. All right, there's the thing. There's a fishing pole. Let's go check for fish. Okay, I've moved back down to the PC in the basement and getting ready to try to catch this satellite going over at, looks like it's going over at 1610. So it's 1550 roughly, so a few minutes. So what I'm going to do, the antenna and the Raspberry Pi and all that is at the mailbox. I'm going to try to SSH, whatever that stands for, into it. So let's do that here. So I've got this PowerShell thing open. That's pretty sweet. And let me get the commands, right? And I can put all these commands in the video. So what I want to do is grab something like this. And here we go. Control V. I think it's 59 on the IP address. So you got to find the IP address. There's ways to do that. That was it. The way to do that is, I think you just do hostname -I. Right, let me just try that command here, Control V. And it tells you the IP address here. Right, okay, that's important. To SSH into it, which means create a terminal. I need to look up what that means. All right, so what I want to do here, I want to make sure there's nothing else running. There's nothing else running, but what the heck? Might as well put more commands in because it's fun. Here we go. Control V. and see if it has the dongle out there. This stuff's not necessary. You could just do SSH and then this next step, which is turn the radio on, right? So it's kind of I've got a bunch of commands for this. I'm just trying to find the best one here. I think this one works best. So this is RTL, which is the radio. TCP means to play, I guess, and then to play across the network cable, I guess. So what you can see from this screen, if you're looking, you can see where it says listening. So now that thing is working. And then to kill some time, I don't want to kill all your time. I'll turn the video off. But here's what that looks like on the SDR software that goes with that dongle. So if you get that dongle for $30, here's the software, and let's go to weather. So I'm gonna go to weather here, 162, 400, right? And then I'm gonna hit play. No device available. I gotta select the device. I got ahead of myself there. Source. It is a RTL SDR TCP, and remember we had that IP address earlier. What was that IP address? Let's go look. It was okay, sorry, 192.168.86.59. 192 dot. I hope I got this right. 168. I think I got it wrong. Hell, that's how much my memory works. 168.86.59. 86.59. Let's see if that works. And see if it plays. Come on, bros.
Thursday night, mostly clear.
So the radio's picking up at the mailbox, and there's weather channel. The channel that this satellite's on is 900. Everything's down. So there's nothing there currently at 137.900. The problem is I can't jump between this and satdump. Satdump decodes a picture. So just want to show you this works. And we are receiving audio from the, I'll minimize it. No, I'm going to stop it. We are receiving audio from the Raspberry Pi. So let's go to satdump, which is here. Welcome to satdump. This is the nightly version, whatever that means, like a beta version. I like it better. The other version I couldn't get to work. Add recorder. And let's see what happens. Error, but I'm just not a critical error. So if you look here, it almost has the IP address correct, but it was off. It does save more than the SDR++, more information. So there we are, 137.9. Let's start. And you can see the band there, right? So there's 137.9. If we did 162.4, the thing with satdump, it doesn't do audio. You could see the weather channels, 162.4, 162.55, and all those. You would just see lines. But we're getting close to game time here. So a couple other things you want to do on this. satdump, wonderful software. Not super intuitive, but what is, right? Nothing's super intuitive. So I'm going to select the satellite here under processing. So I want it to, it has to lock onto it. This is the fishing part, okay? This is like you setting the bobber up. So Meteor M2 times LRPT, which is the transmission style, 72K. It's been working in the past. I'm going to put DC blocking on. There's an article out there. I should link it in the video also that talks about catching Meteor 2.4, and it recommends it recommends all these data things checked. And my main man, save it for parts. I'm selecting 2.4. He moved it over on what was it? Frequency shift. I don't think I'm doing that. So that's the settings for that. And then don't get confused here like I did one time. there's a start there, okay? So you see that? So it's trying to process whatever's coming down from 137.9. There's nothing coming down. And what's confusing is when you want to record, there's also a recording button here. So it says idle. So that has a start stop for processing. It has a start stop for picking up the antenna, the radio signal, and then it has a start stop for recording the transmission. So what we'll see, you see this cloudy area right here? I'm not sure what that is, but there'll be a cloudy area under 137.9, but it'll be a straight line, it'll be a broad band versus these lines. These lines supposedly are just noise here in the shack, and you'll have a broad band here in a few minutes. So I'm going to stop recording to save you guys some time. Be right back. Okay, we've got a few more minutes here. I thought I would just go through a few more screens for what it's worth. This is the main screen, satdump, and don't be confused if I go to another application. This is the one that matters. I wanted to look at, let's see here. Here's what the Raspberry Pi is doing. I must have changed the gain on the satdump, and it's responding to that. So it's running. Let me go back to satdump for a second. I'm gonna stop this. I hate stopping it. It scares me. But what could go wrong? So I'm stopping it there. I'm gonna go to my SDR Uno and hit start because you can hear it. Okay. So there's 137.9. I think the gain's real high. Gain's like you're increasing the power to pull in the signal. I guess. Somebody could correct me on that probably. So got a few minutes for that. The other thing I wanted to show was, let's see here. Okay, satellite prediction passes. So the trick on this one, I'm gonna turn the volume down, or am I? The trick on this one, on this app, is figuring out the name of the satellite. So for what it's worth, you have to get the right, there's a NORAD ID number, right? And there's this COSPAR number. This 5091, I think that's a NORAD ID number. This other one's the COSPAR. Let's see what this I button does. NORAD ID, okay? That's how you find Meteor M24. There's only two meteors that send weather signals to Earth, M23 and M24, in N2YO software. The other one's right here. International designator, so it must have been launched in 2024, which is recent, right? If you look at the other one, I'm jumping to the other satellite Meteor 23 here. See Meteor 23? Maybe I was in 23. Okay, so it's 59051 on that one. 57166 is the NORAD number. It was in 2023. And supposedly this one doesn't have a fully deployed antenna, so I was trying to pull it down earlier today. I got an image, but it had breaks in it. It wasn't that great of an image. I pulled it down 11:15 today. But that's 2.3. So I haven't ever caught 2.4 yet. I've caught 2.3. I think it's great. But the key here, again, are understanding these numbers here to find the satellite you're looking for in the software, the tracking software. Once I found the numbers, I could find that this thing comes out at 1618, right? Well, that's actually the maximum altitude. It starts at 1610, and here it is. Here's the little chart. So here's where it's flying over. St. Louis. I don't think I'll see the arch, but we'll see. Now I'm going to jump back to, okay, I'm not seeing anything here on 137. I'm turning this off. This, again, is the SDR software. I could play music through this. I could play radio stations. I could play ham. I could play shortwave. Love it all. Stop. Going back to satdump. Start. Okay, all right, so 407. We're looking for a faint band here, right, at 137.9. And let me pause it for a second to save you guys some minutes. Okay, I was having a hard time capturing these for a long time, and every time I did it, it was like the Great Pumpkin. I would do something wrong each time. That screwed up. Wrong frequency, satellites weren't there. There used to be NOAA satellites up, which were National Oceanographics, whatever, US satellites, and they don't transmit anymore. I was trying to find them. I was trying at night. This Russian satellite doesn't use infrared at night for some reason currently, whatever. That's fine, it's daytime. But the Great Pumpkin has been figured out. So right now, I'm gonna hit the start on the recording. It's 4:10. Let's go. Okay, we're looking for a band here. If there's no band, this is another Great Pumpkin mission. All right. What else? One time I was watching it and I didn't hit record, and all these things turned green on me, and no proof that I saw or found the Great Pumpkin. But we should be seeing something now. I don't know about 424. The other thing I could look at would be a different channel, 137.1. I might do that just real quick. I'm going to jump here and see what happens. 137.1, okay. Looking for broadband. Don't see it there, so I'm going to go back to 137.9. Scares me to death changing the numbers. Okay, back to 137.9. So we're waiting for the Great Pumpkin to arise. He should have arisen by now. It's 4:11. I'm going to jump back to the... this is fishing for you. I'm going to jump back to the... Which one is this one here? Okay. 2:4, okay. 16:10 to 16:18, 65 degrees. So it's got 16:14 here. I wonder why the numbers are different. Maybe that's why I'm not picking up the band. Let me go back to the satdump software and nothing. I'm going to come back in once I see the broadband. So I'm going to hit stop on the recording. All right, back to the Great Pumpkin hunt. So a couple things. Maybe this isn't a good pass for the satellite today. I'm kind of seeing a little bit of a broadband here, right? You guys see that? Maybe the pumpkin's coming in. The question would be, okay, how come it's not on the time right? Because the time said 4:08 on one screen and 4:14 or something on the other. What I would say on that is maybe orbital mechanics aren't that accurate. Maybe the atmosphere expands and contracts and it produces drag or whatever and changes the satellite's orbit. So if it's delayed, does that mean it's higher or lower? I'm seeing a band, so we're getting some pumpkin action now. We're getting some a little bit of bite on the bobber. The bobber hasn't gone down yet. I'm using a lot of metaphors today, but I do see this band here. So what we're waiting for now is for this stuff to make sure I'm recording. I am recording. Let's go green, right? Let's sync up. It's very exciting. So the fish is in the water. I'll stick with the fishing analogy. The fish is in the water, and it's sniffing around the bait. Synced. It hit the hook. You can see synced. Reed Solomon is like error correction. This thing here, Viterbi, is the algorithm that decodes the picture. It's bouncing back and forth. What you want to do over here, this on the left, this is called the constellation, the green thing moving around. That's supposed to go into like 4 balls. So right now it's 1 ball, but it's supposed to go into 4 balls. The other thing you want to watch is peak signal to noise ratio. I'm hitting 3. 15's good. I think I hit 15 the other day. So it's synced up here. Reed Solomon's not hitting. It's not that great. What time is it? 4:15. Maybe it's still, I think it's going south to north. I'd have to look again. We got a little bit. Let's see what happens. This is part of the fishing. So the fish bit the hook a little bit but got off. Okay, synced again. Okay, let's go to 4 balls. Come on, 4 balls on the left. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's coming in strong. SNR is 8, 9. That's good. Let's see if we can crack 10. 10.95. That's good. All right, we're getting it. This is it. This is exciting as it gets. Living on the edge right now. And you can see the shape of the signal up here, how wide it is. So what's going on is this satellite launched by Russia in 2024 is ripping across the sky outside right now at 5 miles per second. And it's 500 miles up. And it roughly goes over the same spot on Earth twice a day. And what's going on, the antenna, so the satellite's beaming down photography. It's beaming down its camera. And I tried to memorize this stuff yesterday. I can't remember the name. APT is one thing it's called. The photographing thing sent down on the link on 137. And LRPT is another format. I need to look those up. Sorry, I'm punting. Here, hit a 12 on signal to noise ratio. That's good. That's money in the bank. So if it was east, over St. Louis and stuff, it won't show as good as, like the Great Lakes are real crisp. when it goes over the Great Lakes because they're black against whatever background. Oh, I'm seeing some fade here, and you can see that it's not synced anymore. See, it kind of faded out. That can't be the end of the show, can it? Oh, it's synced back. I don't trust it. I think it's yeah, there's one little spot there. I think it's out of range now. So the question would be, I'll let it sit for a minute. I'll let it sit till it goes real. It's synced again. Reed Solomon's off and on. We got to get to the 4 balls on the left in the constellation. Come on. Data, 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 data. These are all like rasters on a screen of geography, right? Of the map, the picture. You hit a 12 on peak. Synced. Okay, nice. That's tight. I'm hitting some right now. The dynamic SNR is 7. It was 10. You can see the band. What is best in life? I don't know. I guess being able to throw a metal rod at your mailbox and download pictures from a satellite going over your head. We'll see. Let's see if we get a picture. It's still bringing data down. So each time, I mean, you don't stop while it's bringing data down. I could cut off the recording, but you guys need to enjoy all this goodness here. If I open up SDR, which I probably wouldn't, the SDR software, would I hear it? Oh, I'm kind of tempted on that. I might lose my picture. So I'm torn between the picture of the big mouth bass, wide mouth bass, large mouth bass. Sorry, I lost my south card just now. I'm torn between the picture of the fish we just caught and hearing the fish underwater. Well, maybe next time. It's still synced. It's still bringing that data down. 4 balls. Hallelujah. SNR is going down, right? I guess on SNR, you see it's 4. I bet it comes out of sync pretty quick here. No, back to 8. The thing's still blasting. So, 5 miles a second, it will do 100 miles in 20 seconds. That's how fast it's going to cross the sky. So 100 miles in 20 seconds means 300 miles in a minute, means, 18,000 miles an hour? I'm making that up. I have to get my calculator out. We'll do this because we're scientists. All right, okay, so I'm not even going to ask ChatGPT because he's not necessary for this. I'm going to find utilities. Still getting data. All right, here's the calculator. So 5 times 1 is 5 miles per second, right? Times 12, 60 miles a minute, right? Times 60, 3,600 miles an hour. Well, let's do this then. If it goes around the Earth in 110 minutes, let's divide that by 25,000, right? Radius of the Earth. 25,000 divided by 3,600 equals 6.94. That doesn't help me. All right, just ignore all that. Advanced math. Still getting the band. That shouldn't be that hard. I'm backing back into that again. All right, so 5 miles a second times 60 seconds, 300 miles a minute times 60 minutes. Oh, there we go. There's a number I can recognize. 18,000. That's the number I was looking for. So it's 300 miles a minute times 60 minutes, 18,000 miles an hour divided by 25,000, which is the Earth's 25. Okay, let's do it like this. 25,000 divided by 18,000. Okay, no sync. Almost done here. Equals 1.388. So 0.38 times 60, 0.38 times 60 equals hour 22 minutes. That's accurate. And there goes the signal. So I'm hitting stop here. I'm getting to the exciting part. I stop my recording. I'm going to stop my processing. Okay. I'm going to stop the tuner. This is where it gets crazy. So I'm going to go to File, Processing. Do we have a picture or not? So input file, and I got to go find the big file that I just pulled down the road here. Let's see here. And there it is, 5 gigs or so. Okay, and I got to figure out where I want to export it to so I can see the pictures because everything's okay. Let me add a folder here. Sorry, new folder. I'll call it PM for afternoon. And here we go. Select folder. Okay. I want to do the DC blocking, IQ swap. Start. All right, so it's crunching. It's crunching all the data. It's pretty quick. This is pretty awesome here, so I'll take it. And the question is, what picture of the Earth did I get? So far, I haven't been able to get one that's directly overhead, I guess. I can see Florida sometimes. Long story short, I've got a neighbor that believes the world is flat. I mean, he absolutely believes it. He believes it's flat. And then you get to the edge of it, there's ice. Then you get across the ice, then you get to Mars, right? He says we're living in a snow globe. And, okay, what we got here? Let's see what we have here. There's the picture. So there's Florida at the top. So I did lose some data here. You guys remember when it went south? There's Florida. And it's kind of going south to north. And let me just go see if I can get the colored one, the colored picture. I got to find it, man. Let's go here. Documents. Satdumps. April 21. PM. I didn't get it, no. So, I don't know why I didn't get it. All right, so anyhow, that's a picture from the mailbox. So did I catch a fish? Did I catch a big mouth billy bass? I got Florida. I need to flip it. I need to save as a picture. There's a Great Lake there, whatever it is. It's not the Superior, it's whatever, Erie or something. That's probably the best picture I've had. If I flip it upside down, it's probably straight over top of us. So it's not bad. And I'll try to figure out if I can get a false color image, but okay, that's the fish. So thanks for sticking in there. Wow. What are we going to do next? Talk to you guys later. Okay, so I did get the files downloaded. I did process it correctly, and here's the picture. So here's Florida. I wish I could flip it. I don't know how to flip it. Let's see. What does that do? No, it doesn't do anything. Sorry, guys, I'm not an expert. Can't flip it. So there's Florida. There's Lake Okeechobee, right? There's Tampa Bay. There's today's clouds. What's the resolution on it? It's pretty good. Oh, check us out here. Here's Kennedy Space Center. Okay, here's pads 39A and 39B. I used to ride a motorcycle from here to here and live in not Cape Canaveral, Cocoa Beach. I used to live in Merritt Island, too. Merritt Island's here. Titusville's here, Orlando's here, Disney World's here. And scrolling up here, you can see collar band cuts off some of Florida there. And there's so now we're into Georgia. Light clouds over Georgia. I guess this is Savannah. I don't know. Somebody have to tell me. Scrolling up through here. I would say this is near Atlanta. I don't know. And let's see, we're getting in here to, okay, what water is that there? Maybe I'm too excited on this. No, I think I got too excited on that. Right, so Atlanta is going to be down in here. Yeah, I got too excited. I'm trying to see, can I see the Tennessee River? But anyhow, that's a picture from the Russian satellite. Looks great. And thanks for watching.